everyone's favorite 8 or 9 minutes of Weather Geekdom. It's Weather for Weather Geeks on Wednesday, the 25th of March. We had a rainy morning across the valley, but as expected, the steady rain is now pushed to the east. It's impacting parts of Pennsylvania, and we are still in kind of a thick overcast as I record this at about 2 p.m., but there can be some breaks in the clouds trying to develop before the afternoon is through. Those breaks have certainly developed off to our west, and that's also where the warmer air is. Let's pop up the temperature contours here. It's already 64 down in New Philly and 67 in Newark, 65 in Zanesville. Now at 2 p.m. at the Youngstown Ward Airport, we're at 48, 46 in Newcastle, 55 at the Akron-Canton Airport. I do think that temperatures before the afternoon is through will get up to 58, 59 in some spots, with the best chance of seeing 60 down in the southern and western parts of our viewing area, especially Columbiana County. But even up in Mercer County, we'll get into the lower 50s at least this afternoon. It may occur late in the day, those highs, but we'll get there eventually. So quite a temperature contrast across the state today, with our warm front pushing northward and then the cold air wrapping in behind this system out across northwestern parts of Ohio. Look at that, 72 down along the Ohio River, Parkersburg, Marietta, 68 degrees at this hour. So quite a variance on either side of this frontal boundary. Elsewhere across the country today, it's going to be an active severe weather day, unfortunately. We haven't had a lot of these, thankfully, but severe weather season is going to start to ramp up here, and already a few severe thunderstorm warnings out in parts of Missouri and into Kansas. The Storm Prediction Center does have a moderate risk of severe weather out this afternoon. That's the orange area right here. Orangish-red area from Oklahoma City over to Fayetteville and up towards Joplin. This is a moderate risk of severe weather with hail, large hail being the primary threat, at least early, and then this will probably evolve into more of a damaging wind threat for the Ozarks in northwestern Arkansas and into southwestern Missouri. All right, back here closer to home, let's talk about what we expect to have happen as we go into the future here. As usual, we'll throw up our high-resolution rapid refresh model, it's like a camera with a lot of megapixels. It's a high-resolution model. We only use it in the short term. And we're going to look at the simulated radar product here. We're going to skip forward a couple of hours to 4 p.m. Now, I can't rule out that some stray shower pops up before the afternoon is through, but if you want to get outside for the rest of the day, I wouldn't cancel your plans. Sure, it's a little damp from the morning rain, but these showers are going to be pretty few and far between. I think most of us will get away dry for the rest of the day today. So that is some good news. Now, as we go ahead to tomorrow and we get past the range of our rapid refresh model here, we'll throw up the NAM and skip ahead to tomorrow morning. We've got another round of rain heading our way for Thursday, and Thursday, almost a washout, I think, at this point. Let's bring up the isobars, show you where the surface weather features are here tomorrow. This is Thursday morning, and we have area of low pressure right here. Another little warm front could be analyzed right there, cold front back here, and a surge of moisture coming to the north and to the east. So it may not be raining right at daybreak tomorrow, but not long afterwards we will start to get wet. So let's go to 9 a.m. Yeah, pretty good slug of rain pushing in. Notice the rain changing over to snow in northwest Ohio mid-morning. Tomorrow, we will stay on the liquid side of things for at least the morning hours. This is at noon, with showers across our viewing area, but already starting to see some wet snowflakes trying to mix in, I think, out towards I-71 at noon tomorrow. And especially in the northern part of our viewing area, wouldn't be shocked to see some wet snow trying to mix in as early as mid-afternoon on Thursday, tomorrow. So if you live up Warren and Niles and Champion and Cortland and heading over towards northwestern parts of Mercer County, yeah, you might see some wet snowflakes as early as the mid-afternoon tomorrow. It's not going to stick, but you could certainly see that. Late afternoon tomorrow here at 5 p.m., rain and wet snow, even some wet snowflakes maybe trying to get down into Columbiana County. Again, not sticking. But as we go ahead to Friday then, let's go to Friday. What we have going on Friday is cold air, of course, wrapping in behind our system. And while the morning hours may be pretty uneventful, I think as we get into the afternoon, bring up the GFS here, we're going to start to see some snow showers firing up. There'll be some lake enhancement with this. And so a blustery day Friday, some snow showers around, mainly in the afternoon, and there could be an inch or even 2 inches in some spots out of these snow showers, especially north of Interstate 80. South of there, I doubt much of this sticks. But these could stick around all the way through about daybreak on Saturday. Here's Saturday morning. Cloudy start to the weekend, maybe a few flurries and snow showers. By the afternoon, these will start to fade away. We may see some sun before the afternoon is through on Saturday. And then the second half of the weekend should start out uneventful. Sunday morning is dry. Here's our next cold front. Low pressure up here, cold front up here. Sunday morning, towards the end of Sunday during the day, there could be a rain or a snow shower along this next front, and that front will reinforce the cooler than average pattern during the first half of next week. Back here in the near term, again, pretty good slug of rain for tomorrow. Here's a look at the SRF plumes for precipitation. We picked up about 1/4 of an inch on average already today, and then as you see the lines spiking again, that's our rain coming in tomorrow. And notice the total accumulations, the mean is up around 0.8, with 0.2 already have fallen. So I would expect another maybe half an inch to even, 6/10, 7/10 of an inch of rain during the course of Thursday. So a pretty soggy day with even some wet snowflakes trying to mix in, especially in the northern part of our viewing area, before the day is through. So lots to talk about in the short term. Let's talk about the long range for just a second. I'm going to show you the overall airflow here over the next 15, 16 days on the European ensemble. Notice the pattern here as we head towards Friday. A big, sharp trough over the Great Lakes. That's why it's going to be so cold and blustery. As we head into next week, after a respite on Sunday, a little reinforcing shot comes down on Monday. Big ridge out west, warm and dry weather out there. During the middle of next week, skip ahead here to Tuesday and Wednesday. Not a big ridge, but there will be a little bubble of high pressure that builds in middle of the week. That'll send temperatures back into the 50s, I think, by Wednesday of next week, so a week from today. So the pattern does get a little better middle of next week. And then we could see a little bit of troughiness trying to develop late next week into Easter weekend over eastern Canada and the eastern U.S. But beyond Easter weekend, I'm starting to see some encouraging things in the longer range models. Let's skip all the way ahead to day 15 here. This will be a couple of weeks from now. We're showing you computer models here 2 weeks in advance, so take this with a grain of salt. But I like some of what I see here. Notice the west does not have a big ridge anymore. The ridge on the west coast and over eastern parts of the Pacific has flattened some. That will allow more of a Pacific airflow across the country. And while that may not be a real warm pattern, at least at first, it should be a more tolerable pattern, with more average or even slightly above average days coming for the second week of April. And then beyond that, into the third week of April, we could get into a bona fide warm pattern. The jury's still out on that. But overall, from now until Easter, more chilly days than mild days. Beyond Easter, into the second week of April, I think, there's going to be more average days, even somewhat above average days. And then hopefully we get into a pattern during the third week of April that features some real true spring and above average temperatures. So we'll keep you updated on that. We'll keep you updated on what will transpire for the rest of the day on social media, Facebook and Twitter included. And I'll see you as always tonight on 21 News at 6 and 11. Thank you for watching Wednesday's Weather for Weather Geeks.